All right, so the first no-code success story we're going to talk about today is an app called Swapstack. Now, Swapstack, I think it's pretty genius. Basically, what it does is it connects newsletter publishers with newsletter advertisers. So for example, let's say I have a newsletter that I publish weekly and I have a couple thousand subscribers to this newsletter. Swapstack allows me to list newsletter real estate space inside my newsletter every week for sale so that advertisers can come in and place their ads inside my newsletter. Now, I get to charge a flat fee to these advertisers for doing so. Now, on the flip side of that, if I'm an advertiser and I'm looking to connect with a new audience by advertising on someone else's newsletter, I come to Swapstack, I post my marketing campaign, and I allow publishers to apply to that marketing campaign to get my advertising dollars. So Swapstack is essentially the middleman, the app connecting the publisher and the advertiser in newsletter land. All right, so the latest MRR estimate I could find for Swapstack online is $7,000 per month in monthly recurring revenue. Now, this figure is from 2020, and they've blown up since then, okay? So I think their MRR has skyrocketed because this idea is just so awesome. So the cool thing about Swapstack is it was built entirely using no-code tools, a lot of which we've talked about on this channel extensively. So their MVP, their first product that they made, was built using only Airtable, Slack, and Zapier to link it all together. And all that MVP did was connect newsletter writers with potential advertisers and let them talk to each other via Slack. That's all it did. Now, once their MVP was made and they were getting some traction, they turned to Bubble to build out the actual first real working app that has now become what we know as Swapstack. And they've added bells and whistles and new features as they went. So that is our first no-code success story, and I really think it's a brilliant idea. So let's move on to number 2. All right, so this next no-code success story is pretty awesome. They're making over $200,000 every year and have received 7-figure buyout offers that they have not accepted yet. It's a crazy success story. This app is called Closify. Now, what does Closify let you do? So essentially what Closify does is it connects kind of startup business owners with commission-based sales reps. So a lot of these startups, they don't have the cash to pay for a full-time sales rep, things like that, a retainer, a monthly salary, benefits. They need someone that can grow with the company using a commission payout structure. So basically, Closify just allows these businesses to build out full-fledged sales teams without having to pay salary or anything like that. They only pay based on commission as the company grows with the sales rep. All right, so just like our last app, Closify started off very simply. Essentially, the founder, all he had was a spreadsheet of commission-based sales reps that he had vetted. And he would sell that spreadsheet, that database of sales reps, to these businesses. One day he decided, I should make this into an app. I should make basically a job board inside of Bubble so that all of this can kind of be automated. I just have to vet the sales reps, I add them to my database in Airtable, and that links straight to my app in Bubble. So now as he's grown, he's added bells and whistles where now you can schedule interviews with the reps, interview them in app, etc. And he's built it all out. So I think we can start to see a trend here. A lot of people find value doing something manually, like this guy who's making these spreadsheets and selling them to businesses, or like Swapstack, who is manually connecting newsletter publishers with advertisers. And in their need to automate this process, they turn to no-code solutions. They build an app that does it all for them, that houses it all for them, and lets them automate most of the process. All right, so that's business success story number 2. Let's move on to the third one now. Okay, so our third no-code success story is called Scribbly.io, and it shares a similar story to our previous 2. So essentially what Scribbly.io is a content marketing service that provides written content in the form of blogs or different copyright to businesses running marketing campaigns or wanting to beef up the blog on their own websites. So what you can do with Scribbly is you can pay a monthly fee, and then based on the fee you pay, you can receive a certain set number of blog posts or copyright content to use in your marketing campaigns or your blog. So it's pretty genius. I think it's awesome. So similar to our first 2 success stories, Scribbly started off very manual, having to manually source these content writers and publish and send things back and forth to clients. It was a disaster. This led the founder to essentially turn to no-code tools to automate this, which would allow her to scale. That led her to her current no-code workflow, which is mostly automated. She uses Webflow as her landing page and to attract new clients. She then uses Airtable to house all of her content requirements and to manage her team of writers. That's awesome. And then she links all of that through Zapier to Slack and Google Docs to automate basically the sending and receiving of different content from the writers to the editors. It's all automated now, and it's awesome. She's built the whole thing in no code. And then again, once this is automated, she can scale her team organically by using these automations to save her time and to continue building her business. So Skribbly is awesome. I'll have a link down in the description if you ever need a service like this. All right, so our fourth no-code success story is an app called Incomee. So Incomee is actually a really, really cool and pretty popular no-code success story. Essentially, the owner or the founder was working a full-time job, I think as an engineer, I'm not positive, don't quote me on that. And in his free time, he began to teach himself and learn about no-code tools. And he fell in love with Bubble because of the just complete versatility of things that you can build inside of Bubble. And what he built in Bubble is pretty cool. Essentially, he built an app where freelancers can come and invoice their clients for the jobs they're doing and do that all automatically, collect payments from their clients automatically, and then manage their revenue so that they can better predict what kind of revenue they would get as freelancers on a month-by-month basis. Now, this app is one of Bubble's most popular success stories, and it's really, really cool to think about because, again, this guy built this whole app part-time after his full-time job. So I think this story really, really highlights the lightweight nature of these no-code tools. These no-code tools are so powerful because they allow us to scale so quickly and iterate so fast at such an early stage that we're able to build real working, robust apps part-time after we come home from our full-time jobs. And I think that is invaluable. So that is success story number 4. All right, so our last no-code success story is an app called Wxllspace. Now, Wxllspace is a very simple idea, but it's a very, very creative, and I liked it enough to show it to you guys now. So essentially what Wxllspace does is it connects muralists, people who paint on walls, with real estate owners who have walls that they want painted. Now, I know this is a crazy idea, but it's so niche, I couldn't not share it. I think it's really, really cool. I think it's a really fun idea. Now, this company is making $2,500 a month only right now, but that's decent money for how simple a setup this is. So the Wxllspace website is built inside of Webflow. They then have a couple Airtable databases that list A, their members or their muralists who want to find walls, and then B, the walls that are available for painting. And they link all of that back to the Webflow CMS, I'm assuming, via Zapier, which I've made videos about on this channel for months. And they just essentially have created a marketplace, an automated marketplace. And I think they take a monthly fee or a fee off the top of every deal. Whatever it is, it's genius. And it's very, very simple. You can build something like this today if you wanted. So I just think that there are thousands and thousands of these niche down micro-SaaS ideas where you can use the videos that I have created over the last few months to build something similar to this. You know, maybe don't copy this idea directly, but come up with a unique idea of your own and then see what happens. It doesn't take long to build, a couple days only, and you could be up and running. So yeah, that is our 5th no-code success story. All right, so those were our 5 no-code success stories for today's video. I think it's very important to go through these stories and see what is working for people. Even an app like Wxllspace, where they're only making $2,500 a month, that's decent money, and I think if you put in a little more elbow grease, you could scale that up even more, which I'm assuming they're doing. So I think no matter how small or big these no-code businesses are, I think we can garner lessons from every one of them and then use that to apply to our own projects. So if you like this video, go down and smash that like button. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing. If you have any questions or any ideas, get down in the comments and let me know. I can't wait to hear from you all. It's awesome interacting with you guys down there, so get down there and type away. Look forward to hearing from you guys, and I'll see you all on next week's video. Thanks for being here. Peace.